Welcome to the Launching Lean Six Sigma with a Bang webinar featuring Brett Warland, Global Director of Process Excellence at PolyOne Corporation. This webinar is sponsored by Power Steering Software and produced by i6 Sigma Live. Today's presentation will last approximately 35 to 40 minutes with an additional 10 to 15 minutes of Q&A. You may submit a question at any time during the presentation using the question pane located on the right-hand side of your screen. Questions will be addressed at the end of the presentation and will be moderated by Linda Duchin of Power Steering Software. Your audio line is muted, but you may access the audio portion of this webinar using your computer speakers, or you may dial into the number listed in the control panel located on the right-hand side of your screen. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted online within 24 hours. The presentation slides will be available after the presentation by contacting i6 Sigma's Director of Events, Heather Tollefson. Contact information is listed in your confirmation email. At this time, I will turn the webinar over to Linda Duchin of Power Steering Software. Linda?
Thanks, Heather. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. I wanted to first introduce Power Steering. I am the Vice President of Marketing at Power Steering, and we are used by global companies like many of the companies you see listed here to manage their process improvement deployments. And our software is very flexible and easy to use, so flexible, in fact, that it also is used to support project management offices, new product development launches, IT, and other business-driven types of programs. Today, we're very privileged to have Brett Warland with us. He's going to describe PolyOne's extremely successful and, in fact, award-winning deployment. Lean Six Sigma is so much a part of PolyOne's culture that even their sales reps are trained. In fact, Brett, didn't you just recently complete a training session of your sales organization?
Yes, for North America, we just finished that this last week.
How did that go?
Yeah, extremely well. I would say certainly they had some exposure because we've done a very good job communicating globally our deployment. But this is really the first time they got to interact, and it was a yellow belt level for us, and that's a one full day of training. But just based on the questions they asked, the interaction with their Lean Six Sigma black belt trainers, very successful, and I think they're going to be applying a lot of it as they go in the market, or at least understand how PolyOne is using it internally and externally with our customers.
That's great to hear. Let me formally introduce Brett for those of you who don't know him. He is the Director of Process Improvement for PolyOne, and he's responsible for corporate quality and their overall global deployment of Lean Six Sigma. You'll see just how global it is in a couple of slides. Prior to joining PolyOne in 2008, Brett held leadership positions in both operations and marketing during his 18 years of change management experience at ABB and H.B. Fuller Company. At H.B. Fuller, he achieved his Master Black Belt, and he led several global initiatives, including a distribution network deployment, a strategic pricing transformation, and a Lean Six Sigma revenue growth program. Brett has an electrical engineering degree from Pennsylvania State University and an MBA from Indiana University. Brett, let me hand it over to you.
All right. Well, thanks for the introduction, and I guess good morning, good afternoon, and possibly good evening to those listening today. Let me just pull up the screen for you and make sure everyone's able to see it. I think we're on now. So today I appreciate the opportunity to tell everyone the PolyOne story. What I will cover with you in the next 35 or so minutes will be really just a little background on PolyOne, since I'm sure a lot of you are not familiar with us, even though when I go through that, you realize you touch us every day in what you do and the products you use. I want to give you a definition of what we call a Lean Six Sigma Big Bang, so you understand from our approach what a Big Bang deployment is. I'd like to highlight the keys to our success, and also at the same time talk about how to fail at a large deployment, because I've seen some of that from other organizations that I've either been around or I had the privilege to work with. And then also talk about really the key point in all of this at the end is the results to date. So a little bit about PolyOne to start. We're a leading global provider of specialized polymer materials, services, and end-to-end business solutions. So what that means really is we're predominantly in the past have been in the auto and housing industry, and certainly those that know what's happened the last few years, realize that has been an issue in terms of the economic downfall has been primarily affecting those two areas. In the auto industry, we are the plastic components of your car. We are the soft dash, touch of your dash. We're the leatherette in a seat. An auto seat, if it is leather, actually only has a very small component that's leather. The rest is called leatherette, which is a material we make. In the housing industry, we're the vinyl siding of your homes. We're the vinyl flooring. We're also would be vinyl fencing and other things using vinyl products.